Hi guys, Rahul this side on behalf of Rev Sports, and this is a very special conversation because on the other end of the screen, he is Shaan Hundal, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Since long time, finally, Shaan has given us his valuable time, and let me introduce Shaan. I think he is a familiar face in Indian football. I mean, he hasn't played yet in India, but I think most of the Indian football fans have heard about him because he has an Indian connection, and also last season he was linked with a move to ISL club Mohammedan Sporting, but unfortunately the deal didn't work out at the end. But now Shan is currently playing in Canada. Top tier league, and he has been doing really well. I think recently he has scored, if I'm not wrong, 4 goals in a game. So he has been in an incredible form. So why I'm doing this conversation? You might ask. I'm doing this conversation because we all know that recently Ryan Williams has relinquished his Australian passport to get Indian passport, and he is all set for a debut for the Indian national team. And like this, there are several footballers, who have Indian roots, and also they have expressed interest to play for India. But our football federation, that is AIFF, and also our government need to chart out a route for them to ensure they get an opportunity to play for India. And one of them is Shan Hundal. Shan Hundal is also very much interested. Also, very much he has the interest to don the national team jersey. So, Shan, first thoughts. I mean, while we are texting each other, you have expressed your interest that you have an interest to play for Indian team. So, why don't you share your first thoughts about that?
Yeah, first thoughts. Obviously, my mom and dad, my whole family, grandparents, everyone born in Punjab. Um, I've been to India twice, not since I was 13 years old. My family goes back every year. So they want me to go play for India. I want to go play for India, but to get the passport, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. Even if I'm willing to give up my Canadian citizenship, which I am willing to do, it's unclear how to really obtain my Indian passport, like in a quick way to play for the national team. So right now I'm looking at trying to give up because I got my OCI now, so I'm looking at going to hopefully get something in ISL, play 1 year, and then maybe get the passport that way. But it's really unclear from the federation, from people, like no one's reached out on how to get it or how to get things done, or how to help me get through the process. So it's a little tough. I know in other national teams like Canada and other players that I know that play in those national teams, they make it easy. They try to guide the player on how to change their citizenship and how to get them to play for the national team as fast as possible. Um, I've emailed the federation. I've done whatever I could. I'm not sure if I got the right email. I don't know what, but I've tried my best to see how I can get it
Okay.
done. But the path is a little unclear right now. So
Of course. Okay, we'll talk about that, and really nice to hear that you want to play for Indian team, and but let me talk about your football journey. I mean, how you started your football journey. From which country, from which club. Tell us a bit from the beginning.
yeah, grew up in Toronto, Brampton.
Okay.
Signed for Toronto FC Academy, Youth Academy. I ended
Okay.
up signing my first professional contract when I was 16 with the Toronto reserve team. I played there for 4 years, and then I went to Inter Miami for 2 years. Um, there for 2 years, and after that, I went to Vancouver. That's where I started in the Canadian Premier League. Went to Vancouver for their first ever season when they're a new team, and played 1 year there. Went to Valor FC in Winnipeg, played 1.5 year there, and then I got to come back home and play for York United, which I'm currently playing for right now.
Okay. In the meantime, you have played for Inter Miami, right? I mean, that time Messi was not there, but I think you guys have played one friendly against Argentine team, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. So I was there the year before Messi got there, but the Argentina World Cup, right before they went to the World Cup, they wanted a friendly match just to get a little bit of fitness before flying out to it was Qatar, I think, the World Cup,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the year they won. So yeah, we got to play against them in a friendly, and I got to play against with these big stars before they got to go win the World Cup. So a good experience.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Shan, do you follow Indian football? I mean, do you follow ISL,
Yeah,
national
like
team football?
I follow on Instagram and stuff like that. It's hard for me to find the way to watch it online.
Yeah, that's
Whenever
true.
I watch highlights and stuff after the game, I seen the game against Bangladesh. I know Shamit Shom really well, so I like to watch Bangladesh highlights as well. So yeah, I follow it as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully, we are waiting for that day, when Shomit Shom will be clashing against you, in national team jersey.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that dream will come true. But what's your assessment regarding ISL? As you have just said that you watch highlights. So, what's your assessment regarding ISL? I mean, how different is ISL from the Canadian league?
I think I saw like I think it's a really good level in my opinion. I think they bring really good foreign players. I think the Indian players have a lot of quality as well, and you could see the individual quality in players in the national team and even the young players coming up. I've tried now since last season with the Mohammedan stuff, and now even right now I'm
Mm,
trying to see if I can get into the ISL.
mm,
But with all the stuff going on with the league not being playing right now, it's tough to get that done.
yes.
But I think it's a really good league. That's why I want to go play there. If I didn't think it was a good league, I wouldn't even want to go play. So I think there's a lot of potential in India and in the national team, and I think the players that play in the national team have a lot of pride for the national team when they wear the jersey, and that's what I want to be a part of, a group of people with pride and wanting to do better for the country. So.
Okay. Any specific player who have caught your eyeballs?
I have a Sunil Chetri. Obviously, like he's a legend, in the sport. I heard his name when I was maybe like 10 years old, you know,
Okay.
and
Very good.
I didn't know anything about him, but I knew he was Indian player and he was playing in I think Kansas City at the time. This is a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time ago,
So,
so that's when I hear his name, Indian player in America, and now you fast forward what 30 years now, almost 25
mm,
years now, and he's still playing at a really high level and still performing, and I think a guy like that is what every player around the world, not just in India, to strive to be. Someone who can play consistently at the high level and always perform and be a leader. You could tell with his interviews and the way he speaks what type of professional he is, and it's good for the country. So
absolutely. Shan, tell us a bit about last year when you were linked with a move to Mohammedan. From that time only, you have started planning, to come to India and keep trying to play for the national team. Was that the plan?
yeah, even when I was speaking with them at the time, I was maybe a little unsure about giving my passport up back then.
Okay.
But
Okay.
obviously, like if the whole purpose of me coming to India was to see what it's like, and if I can give up my passport, depending on how my form is out there and how I like living out there, because it's a big change coming from growing up in Canada and going back to India, right? But I think within from that time until now, I think I'm more clear in my head and what I want to do for the next 7 8 years of my career, if that's how long I can play and what I want to accomplish. The deal with Mohammedan, it happened very quickly. It happened out of nowhere. But it took about a month and a half to kind of get all the terms settled and everything. And by the end of it, it just didn't work out because of a bunch of different reasons. The club that I was signed to in Canadian Premier League, they weren't letting me go and things like that. So yeah, right now I'm a free player, so I'm hoping the league starts again and I can sign somewhere quickly. So
Okay. So now you are free player, right, in Canada?
yeah,
I mean, the league is over in Canada or what?
yeah. League has been done
Okay.
for 1 month now.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
league it doesn't start back until mid to end January, the preseason.
Got it.
So if ISL can start quickly, I can sign a contract and come out, this end of December, start of January. So
Okay. Okay, so let me clarify to all of our viewers. I think Shan has already mentioned in the introduction that now he is an OCI and he will be eligible for Indian passport only after spending a year in India. So that's why he is planning to be part of any club in the ISL. He has been trying hard from his end as well to get an offer from an ISL club so that he can spend a year in India while playing for a club. So then he will be eligible for Indian passport and also he can try his luck to play for the national team. So, San, can you give us a bit details on your effort from your end? That you have been trying to play for the Indian national team.
yeah, like I've emailed AIFF email. I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot the name of who it was, but I emailed them.
Okay.
Instagram. I tried messaging someone on Instagram as well that works for the AIFF. I'm working with people in India that know a lot of general managers and people that run the clubs, trying to see if they have any more connections and maybe giving an offer out and stuff like that. So yeah, and I also even go to the length of telling people that are shopping me around to Indian teams to tell them I don't care about the money either. It's more about getting there for 1 year. Whatever needs to be done, sign me for the 1 year. Let me get my passport.
Okay.
That's the main thing. It's the main thing is not playing in the ISL. The main thing is playing for the national team. So whatever, like I've tried whatever I can to make it easy for whatever club that wants to bring me in, because I think I could help them as well. But with the league being on hold, and I feel like a lot of clubs are unsure about what they want as well, because they want players in Europe and players in that. So it's hard being Canadian and coming out there. But I think
Yeah.
if clubs see the potential I could bring in with the national team and stuff, they'll be more reluctant on bringing me.
Okay. Shan, last few questions. So that means you are leaving no stone unturned from your end, and hopefully your efforts will get rewarded. But let us talk about a bit about your recent form in the Canadian League. I mean, I think in one match you have scored, I think, 4 goals, right? I
Yeah.
mean, compared to the last season, this season has been incredible for you. So tell us a bit about your form in the recent Canadian League.
Yeah, last this 2 seasons ago when I was with Valor FC, I had a good season, and then I went back to them this season. We had a little bit a slow start, dealing with a couple issues, so I ended up leaving that team in the summer window, going to York United, and that's when I played under a coach that really understood the game, really made things clear, and what he wanted from the players, and I think I really excelled in that way. He brought the best out of my game, and I think I ended with 9 goals, 2 assists, and 12 starts. So I think it was a successful trade in the summer window. So it set me up to have a good off season. Hopefully, find something that is gonna keeping me in the best form for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and my last question will be different from the other question. We all know that Canada are one of the hosts for the next year World Cup. So how the country is gearing up for that that prestigious event next year?
Yeah, everyone's excited. I think
Okay.
we're slowly seeing things in Toronto change. We're seeing things, and I was in Vancouver a month ago. They're seeing things change, especially with Thomas Muller going out there as well. And then I
Okay.
have a lot of family and friends asking me if I can get them tickets. So I don't know. It's everyone's excited. Even people that don't know anything about soccer, or they want to be at the game. They want to be part of
Great.
they want to be part of the big environment that's coming to North America. So it's exciting.
Okay. It actually went away from my mind. Actually, this is my last question. Have you ever came to India ever?
Yeah, I went when I was really young, maybe 1 year old. But then the last time
Oh,
I went when I was 13 years old, 13 or 14.
okay.
Yeah, I went to like
So, t-
the.
so tell
I,
us a bit about your Indian connection. From where your family belongs,
yeah,
which
my
state.
My dad is from a village out in in Punjab, near Chandigarh, about 40 minutes
Okay.
away, and then my mom is from the city in Chandigarh. So that's basically where I was when I was 13 years old, back and forth from the village and the city. And yeah, I was young. I didn't get to enjoy India the way I wanted to, but I was always with my family and stuff. But I'm excited, even if it's not me coming to ISL. I want to come back to India and visit and just explore the country, and understand my connections. So.
And I'm also looking forward to meet you. And any special message you would like to share for all the Indian football fans?
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to hopefully one day wear the jersey and hopefully help the team, succeed in a way it's never succeeded before. I think a lot of players that are Indian origin want to do that and see the country grow and do better, because it's a big population and a lot of talent in there. It could be easily be one of the better countries, and it should be in the World Cup eventually. So
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot,
yeah,
San, for
yeah,
joining us. And it's great to hear from you that you have a dream to play for the Indian national team, and hopefully very soon that dream will be fulfilled. That's what we all wish for you, Shan.
yeah,
Best of luck. Best of luck for your for the next year, and of course, looking forward to meet you, Shan, in India.
yeah.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot
all.
again for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.